Hello guys, welcome back to yet another vlog of Youngest Traveler Diaries. My name is Krish Upadhyay and today I'm here at a small town near Pune which is called Talegaon. In these 3 days which I'm gonna be staying here, I'll be showing you lots of exciting stuff, so stay tuned till then. Talegaon is a small town on the outskirts of the Pune district. The nearest railway station to Talegaon is Talegaon Railway Station, and the nearest airport is Pune International Airport. You can also come here via car or bus. For this trip, I'll be staying at the Hotel Aishwarya Regency in Talegaon. It's currently 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and now I'm headed off for my buffet lunch. So, see y'all there. So guys, right now I'm here at a palace near Talegaon called the Aga Khan Palace. Let me take you through a small tour of its gallery. Our tour guide will now give us detailed information about Aga Khan Palace and how Gandhiji is related to it.
The Khoja Sia Ismaili community. He was from Iran but born in Karachi on 2nd November 1877. 1885, when Aga Khan was just 8 years old, he became the Imam and he succeeded the throne of the Imamate. 1892, when he was 15 years old, he constructed this palace. It was a big famine in the Maharashtra state, so it was his mother who insisted that why can't he build a palace here so that people would get some work. So the work went for 5 years, 1,000 people were given employment and 12 lakhs was the cost at that time. Now, as India is celebrating 75 years of independence, so this new project has been recently installed here by the central government, depicting about the freedom movement from the period 1939 to 1944, what happened. That is depicted in these 6 galleries. Now, in the first gallery, you will see that during the First World War, there were various disputes which were unsettled, which made the British Empire unstable. Now, as the Britishers are fighting with alliance countries like Poland, Soviet America, France, Germany, and many other countries, and India being in the British colony, they had to support the Britishers in the war. So there were various stories that the Indian soldiers used the best weapons and the resources to help the Britishers in the First World War, and finally the Britishers won the First World War. 13 September 1939, the Second World War broke out. So the Britishers thought that as the Indians supported them in the First World War, they should do the same in the Second World War. But in some of the provinces, the Indian National Congress Committee was established and they didn't want to support the Britishers because they wanted total independence. So the Prime Minister of Great Britain, Winston Churchill, said, "We shall give you total independence, but after the war." The Indians said, "No, it was before the war or when the war is in process, and we shall support you in one condition. Give us total independence from the colonial rule." But the Britishers didn't agree to it. So civil disobedience movement started. Many of the leaders were kept into jail by the Britishers. Now it was 8 August 1940. Lord Lyttelton, who was then the Viceroy, he comes to India with the offer as to give total dominant status to the Indians after the war. But all the leaders rejected the offer. Many of them were again sent to jail. Now there was the threat that the Japanese soldiers are invading India. Now, the Britishers didn't have any support from any side. So, Winston Churchill sends separate trips to India with a proposal. So, he comes to India, he goes to Mumbai and meets various political leaders there. Made before them the proposal, but all the leaders rejected the proposal. So, they reject the proposal. So, finally, Sir Sapperton goes to Delhi and meets Gandhi on 22nd February, on 27 March 1942 and played before Gandhi the proposal. Gandhi said, "I shall support you in one condition." He was total independent from the colonial rule, but the Britishers didn't agree to it. So civil disobedience started. But Sapperton imposed his proposal on Gandhi again. Gandhi got angry. He said, "If this is your entire proposal for India, I shall treat this document as post-dated check of the crashing bank with unacceptable conditions attached, and I straightway advise you to take the next plane and go back." I reject the proposal, and the mission was a failure. Now this is the first gallery. And in the first gallery, we find a letter written by Gandhi to Hitler in the year 1939 from his ashram Sevagram, Bardam. And he addressed him as a friend, dear friend. He said, as my friends have been urging me to write a letter to you, that you are the only person who can stop this war and can reduce the whole humanity turning into a savage state. And if I have spoken you some harsh words, so please forgive me, your sincere friend M.P. Gandhi. Now the second gallery consists of the bill which was passed. Now finally 14 July 1942, the Quit India resolution, the bill was passed. 8 August 1942, the All India Congress Committee launched the Quit India movement against the British government. And Gandhiji was addressing a big rally in Mumbai. He gave the slogan to the Indians, "Do or die" was the mantra. We shall achieve freedom or we shall die to attain freedom. We don't want to be slaves anymore under British rule. But the British government arrested Gandhiji along with his wife Kasturba, his secretary Mahatma Desai, Sarojini Naidu, Meera Ben, and countless political Congress leaders were arrested from Mumbai. So they were all brought to Pune in a special train. So from the Pune railway station, some leaders were sent to the Edura jail. Some leaders were confined to the fort of Ahmednagar, and Gandhiji along with his wife and other leaders were brought to this palace. And they were kept as house arrest for 21 months. And during this period of 21 months, there were two tragedies in Gandhi's life. Gandhi lost his two dear ones. He lost his personal secretary Mahatma Desai on 15 August 1942 and his beloved wife on 22nd February 44. So their samadhis have been built here. Now as the spirit of freedom movement went in the hearts of everyone, the young, the old, everyone wanted that India should be free from the British rule. So there were 3,000 students from various colleges in Patna, in Bihar. So they wanted to hoist the tricolor flag of sectoral office. And one of the leaders was Anugrah Narayan, who was arrested. Now as the students were trying to hoist the flag, they were shot by the Britishers. Now at that time there were 3 transmitters which were hidden at various places. And through the transmitters, sacred radio broadcasting messages used to be sent to the people to get more and more people to join the freedom movement. It was known as Azad Radio. So the messages used to be in Hindi and English. So before the message used to start, there was a song, Sare Jahan Se Acha Hindustan Hamara. And the message used to end with the slogan, Vande Mataram. And it went for some days. After a period, some of the leaders were arrested by the Britishers. Then there was a van where there were socialist leaders like Ram Manohar Lohia, Dr. Kusha Mehta, and many socialist leaders. They were sending the messages from Palakwadi in Gilgaon. And police were chasing the van. And finally, one of the technicians unfortunately betrayed. They told the British police as to where the transmitters are hidden. So they had to change the location of the transmitters from one station to another. And after a period of 3 months search, the British intelligence officers found the transmitters and all the socialist leaders were finally arrested. That there were newspapers, pamphlets published in Hindi and English that used to be circulated among the people. That was banned by the British. Now as Gandhi's members were arrested, there were no leader to lead the people outside. They were violating the rules and regulations. Destructions were going on. So the Viceroy wrote a letter to Gandhi. Mr. Gandhi, you are for non-violence. And see what your people are doing. They're doing all illegal work, all against your principle. And you are supporting them. Gandhi said, you really feel that? Okay, fine, I'll go on Satyagraha. So Gandhi went on a fast for 21 days in this palace. 10 February to 2nd March 1943, he went on fast. So at that time, Kasturba was praying to God, God take me away. Let him live because he has to do more work for India. And at that time, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, E. Puri, Gopal Krishna Gokhale came to plead Gandhi to lead the fast. But Gandhi said to himself, all these people have come to plead me, that means God has some plans for me, that I have to do some good deeds in future. And then the role of Kasturba in Gandhi's life. Gandhi said that I am very fortunate to have a wife like Kasturba who socially, politically and spiritually supported me in all my plans and who gave me the permission of taking a vow of chastity. Say our marriage was based on brahmacharya, self-control. 19 times Gandhi went to jail. And whenever he went to jail, Kasturba used to fast. She never stood in jail. So whenever Gandhiji used to go for public meetings, he used to take his wife along with him. And in one of the occasions, he didn't take his wife along with him. So people misunderstood Kasturba as his mother. Because Mr. Gandhi, you have come. Where's your mother? They laughed and said, my mother. No, yes, Kasturba. Oh, he said, 40 years when I became orphan, Kasturba became my mother. 30 years she became my wife. She became a nurse. She became a dishwasher. She became a friend. She became a mentor. She's everything for me. I'm incomplete without her. So I said we had a mutual understanding between us that she should work hard. She did all the companies. And the customer said, I'm very fortunate to have a husband like Gandhi who was not interested in becoming rich like the other husbands and gambling or racing or devoting the time to become rich or the exploitation of the labor of others. And she has narrated husbands like as to how young boys get fed up of playing with the same toy. They want something new. So she was not that tough.
As the sun sets on my day of exploration, I return to the comfort of my hotel, carrying with me a whole new perspective of the independence of India. So, guys, that's the end of day one. See you all tomorrow morning. It's day 2 now, and I'm here at Mauli Adventure Resort. So, let me take you around the adventurous activities here, as well as the beautiful scenes and sceneries that you will see here. Mauli Adventure Resort also has lots of farms and animals. So, let me show you all of them. Here, they had multiple adventure activities planned for us. For example, parkouring, archery, shooting, feeding fishes, boating, etc. And we all had the time of our lives. So, guys, that's all from day 2. See y'all tomorrow. So guys, it's day 3 now and I'm here at the Rajiv Gandhi Zoological Park in Pune. So let me show you around the snake park in it and also all the other animals. So guys, that's all from this vlog. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and turn on the bell notifications to receive any new updates when I next upload. Till then, keep exploring!